guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. My returning subscribers, thank you very much. I really appreciate all of the likes and the comments. It really does mean a lot to me. And to new viewers, thank you for clicking, and I'm glad that you found me here on YouTube. I do hope that you enjoy the reading today and that the messages will resonate with you. Just keep in mind that these are general readings, so messages may or may not resonate with you. Be sure to check out, in addition to your sun sign, whatever your sun sign might be, also listen to the readings for your moon sign and your rising sign, because sometimes, if one doesn't really resonate, if you listen to all three of them, you will probably get a very good, or a more balanced sort of overview of what is going on or the energy surrounding you during that period. So today's reading, it is a mid-monthly reading for the last 2 weeks of December. So we're looking at the energy surrounding us from December 15th through the end of the month. And for the last 2 weeks, what I'm doing is I'm dividing the reading. So half of the reading is focused on career, finance, jobs, that type of mess, looking at those type of messages coming through. And for that portion of the reading, I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and that's by Colette Baron-Reid. And I'm also using some additional Oracle cards this time because I recently acquired a few decks, and so I would like to include them, and I'll probably be using them more in upcoming readings. So I'll be using one card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card deck, as well as from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay, and then for the love and relationship and romance portion of the reading, I'll be using the Good Tarot deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And I will be pulling two additional cards, one from the Whispers of Love Oracle card deck, and one card from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. So more cards this time. The reading might run a little bit longer, but it's, as it's the last mid-monthly reading for this year, I decided to sort of include a few more cards. If you would like a personal reading, focusing on you, what is going on in your life right now, and it's a good time to do that sort of at the end of the year, beginning of a new year. It's a good time to kind of take a look at what the energies are surrounding you, whether it's in the area of career and finance or love and romance. That would be with a private reading. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my site. There you will find pricing as well as information about the types of readings that I offer. And the site is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. Or you can email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And another thing you might consider, it is the holiday season, whatever that means to you and however you celebrate it. Some people like receiving tarot card readings, right, as a gift. It's something that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily pay to have for them, for themselves. So getting it as a gift, it's a nice surprise. So if you're interested in that, you can also email me and and pay for a reading for somebody else and gift that to them, right, as a holiday gift. So just to keep in mind. But I won't take up any more time talking. I will go ahead and stop this introduction so I can get into the readings for all of the signs. Okay, so thanks again for joining me, and see you in 1 minute for the reading. Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well and that you're having a wonderful month of December. I'm here to do your mid-monthly reading for the month of December, covering the period from roughly the middle of the month, so around the 15th through the 31st, although we know that time is malleable, so whenever you're hearing this message, when you should be hearing it. Now, the reading today focuses on two things, career and finance, and love and relationships, okay? We'll begin with the the career and finance portion of the reading, and you'll see that I have already laid out the cards. I'm doing things a little bit differently just because really of time. And the first few readings, because I decided to pull additional oracle cards for this last mid-monthly of the year, the readings have been running very long. So in order to try to shorten them a little bit, I've meditated off camera, shuffled, and already laid out spreads that you see here. But I will hold up each card. I'll go through the meaning for the reading as we work through the reading. Again, just to remind everybody, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way for you to get a personalized reading, really focusing on you and what is going on in your life at this time, would be to get a private reading with me. Okay, Aries, so we have here is the overall energy for the 2 weeks. This was the card at the bottom of the deck. Six of Fire. Okay, this would be the Six of Wands in the traditional tarot. The energy as we leave as we enter the last 2 weeks of the month, we have the Eight of Water. This is the Eight of Cups in the traditional tarot. And then the last 2 cards, or sort of the present and then the outbound energy, are both major arcana cards. So the first one is the Hanged Man, number 12 of the major arcana, followed by the Star, number 17 of the major arcana. We have some very nice cards here for the career and finance portion of the reading, Aries. So let's get into it. The Six of Fire, beginning with the overall energy. The fire suit or fire energy is about action, right? It's about really turning our intentions into action, acting on those things, bringing about transformation, regeneration. It's about creativity, about initiative. It's about the work that we do, the day-to-day, like our day-to-day lives, so our jobs, and it's also our drive and our ambition and determination to get things done. Now, the Six of Fire, this is wonderful. With the Six of Wands as the overall energy and the Star card as the outbound energy, there's a lot of wishes coming true, a lot of feeling victorious, a lot of positive, really, energy surrounding you. So the Six of Fire, this could be, as we're looking at career and finance, this could be you receiving some type of recognition at work, right? Sort of stepping into the limelight, receiving accolades. Could be for a job well done. Maybe you have been working on a particular creative project, or project within the work environment, and you're receiving some type of recognition or award for the job well done. So it's about acknowledgement, recognition. It's also about victory, right? It's about feeling triumphant, feeling victorious. So this could be if you've gone out for a promotion at work, or if you've been applying for a new job. This could be you receiving news that you got the job, right? You're feeling very happy, very confident. It's a card of success, right? So it's sort of it's a yes card, but it's more of a card of being successful in something, right? So we'll see how this ties in with the other cards here. I'm also drawn to this boat. It's sort of an air balloon tied to this boat that's flying through the air. And it does kind of make me think of, or in the traditional tarot deck, it makes me think of the Three of Wands and also the Six of Swords, with the boat, the moving away from something. And we also have this moving away and transition card with this Eight of Water card here. So Eight of Cups, Cups energy is usually to do with our emotions, our feelings, how our feelings affect our relationships, the way that that we interact with other people as well. And usually this Eight of Cups is a card that speaks of discontentment. But here you're really letting go, and you're moving away from something, from a phase in your life that no longer serves you, into something better. And we see that there's the same ship. Look at this. That's why I'm picking up on this, the ship here. There's this movement, and you see the movement. The person is sad as he or she is moving away. There is some type of sadness or possible regret or feeling, it's always whenever we leave something behind, there is a sense of regret, but it's more about looking towards the ship, and there's a ship here in the distance. We have the ship here. So there could be some actual physical movement away, right? You might be moved. Maybe this new career opportunity is taking you overseas, right? It could be at a distance from where you are right now, but you're letting go of something. There's a kind of a journey, right? There's a journey message coming in here. Letting go of something, moving towards something that is going to bring you more emotional fulfillment. So maybe, the job that you have been doing, it hasn't really brought you much satisfaction. So now, or maybe you have been there for a while and you feel as if it's time for you to move on and move into something that is going to be more emotionally fulfilling for you. But yeah, it's abandoning the old, really looking, going within, searching sort of this deeper meaning to something, to a situation. And it's also a card of change, but it's more of transition than change, right? But there has been this, you've sort of made this decision, you're moving away, but then we have this hanged man in the middle, which is a card of being in suspense, right? Being sort of hanging here. The hangman puts himself in this position, right? Nobody is actually, nobody's forcing him to stay in this position. Hangman is upside down in order to gain a new perspective on a particular situation. And it's really about surrendering to this new thing, right? Surrendering to this, whatever he is being subjected to here, in order to gain this greater perspective. So it's kind of like you need to wait and see how things play out. And sometimes when we leave something that might have been, it's that familiar. Whenever you leave the familiar behind, there's a little, you're a little anxious. You kind of have to wait and see how things play out here. So that's the energy of the major arcana. Then the card that, as we leave the month of December and we move into January, Aries, you have the Star card. And this is a wonderful card. It's a card of healing. It's the wish upon a star. So whatever you have set your sights on, whatever your goal is here, the Star card is all about having that inspiration and achieving it, right? And feeling very inspired by this new, whatever this new beginning is. You've gained this new perspective and you're feeling very optimistic and hopeful about whatever this new thing is. And with the Six of Fire, the victory card here and the wish upon a star card, you definitely don't have anything to be worried about, right? This new phase or this new thing that you're transitioning into, after taking the time to deliberate on it, right? Taking the time to see the new situation or the new opportunity from a different perspective. Maybe, letting go of old ways of thinking in order to embark on this new voyage, whatever this new phase is in your life. You have the Star card, so it's very positive, right? It's a great card of healing, so healing from certain maybe disappointments in the past, but also a great card of inspiration, right? Of faith and really a positive outlook. And also the star, we have the 8 over here. And then the star card, 1 plus 7 is 8, so it's also an 8 card. That's interesting. So, something going on, right, with this connection between, yes, it's a little bit difficult when you decide to turn your back and move away from something, if this is a job that you've been in for a while, or, you have the 8, this new hope, this healing and hope on the other side of it, with this 6 of Fire saying it's, you're going to be successful. So I don't know, obviously this can play out in different ways for different people, but there are changes and leaving things behind, but there's great, hope and wonderful new ways for you to achieve success and new things coming in. And the two cards that came out, the Oracle cards, we have the Narrow Path card, which is from the Sacred Traveler deck. And then we have the Leadership card from the Doreen Virtue Life Purpose deck. And this card says Narrow Pathway, tread thoughtfully. And you see this path is up here, right? Obviously, you have to tread very carefully, very thoughtfully as you maneuver across these high peaks here. But look, there's this beautiful little tree growing out of the side here, right? So there's this new kind of this growth coming out through this whatever this new path is for you. And I will read you the entire description of the card. Let me just show you the other one. It's Leadership, and it says take charge of the situation. Leadership. Okay, so first one, the Narrow Pathway. What this card says is, do not make any quick decisions. Think things through. Tread carefully. If you rush into anything, there are potential difficulties. Keep very focused and don't allow yourself to get distracted. Your project will succeed. We have that with this success card right here. If you go slowly, and the Hangman is all about slow, right? There's nothing fast here. He's suspended, right? It's this time of suspension, of waiting, of reflecting on things. It says, let it all emerge in its own time. Be thoughtful in all areas of your life. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know that when the path becomes narrow, success will ensue if you go slowly and carefully. The traveler takes one step at a time, deliberately and cautiously. No detail of the path is overlooked. Keep your focus on the steps ahead. Do not get ahead of yourself. Breathe. Relax. You will be able to achieve what others have not if you take the time to consider carefully all options and move forward with deliberate care. So, once again, this sort of mirrors the message with the taking this time out to really study everything and see things possibly from a new vantage point, from a new position, right? But ultimately, you will achieve success, which is also echoed by the two cards here, the Six of Fire and the Star card. Now, the Leadership card says, this card comes to you as a signal that you're ready to assume your role as a leader. You recently may have come across a situation in which you thought, somebody should do something about this. Well, you are that somebody. Although you may not feel entirely prepared or qualified to assume your leadership role, the angels assure you that you're ready. They will guide you through every step. Once again, this step, right? The steps on the path, so that you can gain confidence and certainty about your path. Take time to meditate and listen to your inner guidance, which will clearly show you your first steps upon this path. Your leadership will inspire others to speak up and take charge of their lives as well. That's interesting because we have, all these references in these cards to paths, and journey and moving. And we have here the journey and leaving this behind. And then we have the, being successful with whatever this is. They all really tie in together here. So very interesting messages that we have going on here. Okay, moving on to the love and relationship portion of the reading. Now, the card that was at the bottom of the deck, so the overall energy for the last 2 weeks, we have card number 39, New Life. And you see the woman, she's breaking out of this egg here, right? So new life, new beginnings. And then I will position the camera a little bit differently here. I'll hold these here so I can hold them up, and then I'll position the camera so you can see better because I have it turned to one side. There we go. Okay. The first card that we have moving into the last 2 weeks is Here and Now, card number 32. We also have in the middle, so in the present position, card number 26, happy, happy. And the outbound energy, we have card number 1, yang. And the 2 oracle cards that came out from the Whispers of Love deck is forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. And from the Romance Angels deck, we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So there might actually be some of you out there, Aries, who are getting engaged. And, it is, for some people, the holiday season, it's kind of the time when a lot of people do take the relationship to another level, possibly get engaged. Some people get married. Some people get engaged now to have, the spring wedding, the summer wedding. So interesting. Okay, so the first card, the overall energy, new life, card number 39. This is, it's all about new things, and this can be new ideas. This can be new opportunities. We see her breaking out of the egg, and it makes me think of springtime and things, bursting into life, and the bloom, just all of the flowers coming into bloom, and new things. It's newness. It's all about the new things coming in here. So if we think about a relationship, if you're currently in a relationship right now, this could be new energy all entering into your current relationship, okay? And suddenly, be bursting with new things, or, this new, possibly a new phase in the relationship, which if we think of the engagement card, if you are getting engaged, that certainly would be a new phase to the relationship, right? But it's a time of connecting with other people, lots of sort of happy energy, new energy, fresh energy. And if you're not in a relationship, then, there could very well be a new relationship coming to life now. So you could be entering into a new one. And if you are, then, it's filled with all of that sweetness and the vibrancy and the newness that goes along with new relationships. When you first, you're getting to know the other person, everything is very exciting and new. So it's that type of energy. And as we work through the cards here, the first one, the here and now, and it's interesting because on the overall energy card plus, these 2 cards, we have eggs, right? So it's all about new life and new things being born, and on this particular card, unlocking, new things and happiness in the relationship. This is about, being present. This here and now card, it's all about being present, being mindful, being in the moment, right? And that's important. I mean, as you begin a relationship, or even as you, or if you have a long-term relationship, when you're with that person, it's important to give of yourself and be present, really be present in the moment with whatever it is that you're doing. We see that there's a past sign and a future sign, and how we need to, remember that there's no going back to the past. Sometimes people, tend to live in the past and, reliving past experiences, past deceptions, or thinking back to the past. If you're in a relationship, it used to be like that. Well, it used to be, but, we're not in the past anymore. We're in the present. And you can't also stress about and focus on the future because we're not there yet. There's no way to influence. Well, what we do now obviously will have an influence on our future, but you can't control the future now. The only thing that you can control is this little window that you have right here in the present, right? You're the one that can control what happens here and now. So it's about really being in the moment, right? Living one day at a time, finding that happiness in, the day-to-day miracles that we see, And in the relationship, if you are currently in a relationship, then again, it's about really being present, giving of yourself, and being open, right, to the other person. in the relationship, focusing on the person, right? Focusing on the here and now. The happy card is happy, right? As you would expect, you're feeling very happy. If you're in a relationship, you're feeling that all is right, right? All is right in the relationship. You're getting along. There are certain times in our lives and in our relationships that everything just kind of gels, right? Everything goes together. Everything seems to be flowing, and you're feeling very happy, very fulfilled, feeling that all is right in the world. And again, you're finding joy. You're being able to unlock the joy of the present moment, right? And really, so you're kind of, you see the key. There's a keyhole here. So it's like you freed yourself from all of those sort of wantings, like the thinking back to the past, and you freed yourself from wanting to, focus on the future. You're just happy. You've released all of that, and you've opened this beautiful experience that is this happiness, this happy being in the moment, right? And then with the yang energy, or the yang card as the outbound energy for this 2-week period, this is card number 1. And this is the card, if we think about yin and yang, right? They're opposing energies, but at the same time, they complement each other. And the yang is the masculine energy. It's the masculine principle of creativity, right? It's the power to make things happen. It's about taking action, and sort of manifesting as well. In a relationship, this card is encouraging you to, act and do things, like do your part, right? So don't feel afraid to, if it's about making the first move, or, maybe taking control of a situation within the relationship. It's all about you taking the lead and you giving, right? This card is also of giving. We know that the yin energy is more about receiving. This is about giving. So give of yourself, give of your heart, be open, live in the moment, be present. And there's, and celebrate in whatever this new phase of the relationship is, or new relationship happens to be. And for the 2 oracle cards, I'll read first the one from the Whispers of Love deck. And this one says, forgiveness. It says, being willing to forgive yourself and others opens the door to the opportunity of future growth. Love will be restored and trust can be rebuilt. Move from a place of bitterness back to the joy that you deserve in your life. And I think that this really, it ties in with the card that's in the past position. So, there might have been in the past you needing to get over certain things and leave things in the past, leave behind past disappointments, right? When I was talking about this, like you can't go back. There's no going back to whatever this was in the past. So, you might have needed to find some type of, forgiveness, forgive yourself, forgive others in order to arrive at this being in the present moment right now, right? And then the other card, I don't think there's a whole lot I can say about the engagement card, but let me read it. It says, congratulations. This card signals pending nuptials, beginning with a romantic engagement. Even if you're not presently in a relationship, the romance angels can see one upon your horizon. This card comes to you as reassurance specifically so that you'll choose to release any worries about whether you'll get married, because you will. Deep romantic love in which you feel treasured is in the cards for you. The deeper meaning of this card relates to commitment. First, you commit to taking care of yourself. You establish boundaries about what you will and won't accept in your relationships and in other life areas, such as career, home, lifestyle, and so on. Next, you honor your self-commitment by taking decisive action and telling others how you truthfully feel about their behavior. As you commit to yourself, the universe sends you additional experiences of loving commitment, including the promise of marriage. Now, once again, these messages may or may not resonate with you. So for those of you out there who have no intention or desire to get engaged or get married, then, this reading was not meant for you. And I would encourage you to maybe watch the video, listen to your moon sign and rising sign. Maybe they will be more in tune with what's going on in your life right now. But for other people, there could very well be some type of deepening of a relationship, possibly commitment in the form of an official engagement. But it all looks very positive and looks as if it's bringing great joy into your life. But just remember to be open. Remember to focus on the here and now, and also remember to to focus on yourself as any relationship obviously depends on the two people coming together, but you need to do your share and focus on how you are in the relationship, or who you are in the relationship, right? By being present and being open to the other person. Because without being open, it's very difficult for this new life and new energy to come into your life. So I hope that the messages have helped you in some way, Aries. I wish you a wonderful rest of December. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. And for everybody else, I hope that the next 2 weeks bring wonderful things into your lives. And I look forward to reading for you again next month. Take care and sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye.